Welcome back to In Ohio Country today. Big Dan Wilson alongside a familiar face on our television show, Lou Driever. And Lou is with the Farmer Veteran Coalition. Lou, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
Lou, of course, starting a new chapter for the Farmer Veteran Coalition here in Ohio. And Lou, some exciting things happened since the last time we caught up with you last Farm Science Review.
That's correct. We received our 501c3 status from the IRS. That only took 2 years. We're delighted to be there now. We've had 3 workshops since then, courtesy of our work with the Center for Innovative Food Technology and Central State University and Rural Action, a host of other events. I'd love to tell you more.
Well, SIFT and CSU have just been an integral part in helping you, but also we would be remiss if we didn't talk about this farm credit sign behind us. Let's talk about that relationship and what that's going to mean to you moving forward.
Farm credit has been instrumental in helping us get organized. You know, when you're not initially a 501c3, it's really rough to figure out how you're going to finance your day-to-day operations. And Farm Credit was very happy to step into the breach and help us out. We're very grateful to them.
Let's talk a little bit about your background and what brought you once again to the Farmer Veteran Coalition. What drew you to this organization?
I started off farming very early, helping my grandmother with a 1-acre strawberry patch, which you can imagine how much fun it was. Later, bucking hay and corn detasseling as a teenager, and then since then I've always seemed to have had a hand in farming one way or another. Currently I'm helping my parents, who are 89 and 91, managing their 4th generation family farm, and I also have, which is row crops, and I also have a nut and fruit orchard, a small agroforestry operation as well.
I also want to take the moment to thank you for your service, Lou. And I know that it's important to have an alternative for our veterans when it comes to having something that they can do that's going to give back to them. You know, our veterans have always given back to us, but there's something about agriculture that kind of gives back to the producer. You want to talk a little bit about that feeling?
Sure. You know, veterans are used to putting the good of the community ahead of their own personal good. And, you know, to a large degree, that's what farmers do too. I mean, we're producing food and material for the population that they absolutely desperately need. And, you know, by the work of our hands and the work of our hearts, we're supplying that. And that's where the veteran and farmer community definitely has a crossover.
You know, Lou, a lot has happened since the last time we spoke at Farm Science Review. Why don't you talk or recap what has happened over the last year and what that means for you guys moving forward?
Okay, thank you. You know, one of the things that we do to help veterans transition to becoming successful farmers is we provide mentorship, $3,000 to $5,000 Kickstarter grants, and we give away 5 Kubota tractors a year. As part of the mentorship program, we offer a series of workshops that rotate around the state so that we're close to people. You know, if you got to take care of your cattle in the morning, run to a workshop and get back to take care of your cattle in the evening, we want to allow for that. And so we target our subjects based on what each geographical location needs. We've been very fortunate. Our most recent workshop in Athens, where we teamed up with Rural Action, we covered forest farming, silvopasture, and alley cropping, all things that are ideal for use in Southeast Ohio.
You know, that's pretty cool, too. There's a lot of diversity in farming, so when you talk to people who want to be a part of this organization, you have to be ready to help them regardless of what they want to produce and what their activities are going to be as far as the farm is concerned. You look across the nation at this organization, the diversity speaks for itself, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, if you look at what, nobody's going to get out of the service and go out and buy 2 sections of land and $2 million worth of equipment. They're going to go out and buy 28 acres that's on sale. They don't know why, but they find out when they buy it. And so we need to help them restore that land and then make it sustainable. At the same time, they've got a dearth of equipment. We need to ensure that they have a way to work their land. And finally, they've got gaps in their knowledge. And how can we work together to identify gaps in their knowledge that they may not even recognize they have? By focusing on those three areas, we can help the veteran farmers become more successful, better serve their community, and better serve their family.
You know, what's cool too, Lou, is it's not just get them up and started or show them how it's done, but it's something that it's an ongoing relationship with those farmer veterans that are wanting to become producers. It's not just a get them up and running, but that sustainability that you're talking about is more than just providing for the crop. It's also continuing knowledge and education that you spoke of.
That's correct. I mean, every good farmer is a good steward. And we take care of our land to pass it on to the next generation. And that's why, for example, the beginning farmer tax credit that's currently coming to play has been very helpful. You know, our farmers who are coming in, if they enlisted after 9/11, they did 4 to 6 years, they're out and they're ready to start farming now. They're the next generation to take over family farms, to step up and fill those gaps, because the average age of farmers right now is unsustainably high. We need to bring in fresh blood. And who better than people who've demonstrated that they put the good of the community ahead of their personal.
You know, if people want more information, what's the best website for them to go to?
FarmVetCo.org. That's FarmerVeteranCoalition.org. FarmVetCo.org is where you go to find out. It's free to join the organization. We give out grants. We have mentorship. We provide workshops. You know, when we can possibly do workshops, we team up with a 2501 grant, so you actually get paid $200 for your transportation to and from the workshop. You get free information, free lunch, camaraderie, and I can't think of a better deal than that. And that workshop will focus on restorative agriculture to bring your property up to where you're producing better. And secondly, sustainable agriculture, where once your property is producing, you can maintain and improve that property.
Doesn't get any better than this. You know, when it comes to producers and it comes to veterans, this combination of farmer veterans, this coalition is going to be something that I think is going to really make the difference in so many people's lives. And Lou, I can't tell you how proud I am of what you guys are doing with this program.
Thank you very much. And you know, it can't be done without the support of our sponsors, but ultimately it can't be done without the support of our veterans and our farmers. And that's what we're all about.
And we're going to continue to support you on In Ohio Country today, our TV show, our podcast, our radio show, whatever it takes to keep you going. Lou Driever has once again been our guest here on In Ohio Country today. Lou, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, sir.
And we'll be back with more In Ohio Country today right after this.